Well, this isn't the video I was planning on making this morning, but apparently Nexon just dropped a surprise update out of nowhere. So let's check it out and see what's going on.
As it has been confirmed that the aim assist function is working on both the body and weak points of the Colossus in both aimed, shooting, and hip fire mode.
I don't know if I believe that bullshit, man. I don't know. I turned off my aim assist on this game like in the first week it was out. It was so bad. So maybe I'll go back into my settings and see if it's working now. It definitely wasn't working on weak points on claws. Like the aim assist would pull you off of the weak points. So I turned that shit off. So I don't know. We're gonna have to check that out.
Season 1 update, but it does go on to say this. It says, in contrast, once human maintain more player base with limited microtransactions and less complaints. And I'm like, interesting. Let's go ahead and check and see how once human is faring compared to, of course, the First Ascendant. You got to remember, once human released on July 9th, First Ascendant released on July 2nd, so it's not that far of a gap. So yeah, let's have a look.
But they're nothing alike, from what I understand. I haven't played Once Human yet.
Now the 6,800, ignore that. It's in maintenance mode or something. But 131,000 24-hour peak, which is really, really impressive. I was actually kind of stunned by that number.
Damn.
And of course, you have the First Descendant sitting at 65,000. And yeah, that's more than half of Once Human. So that's definitely interesting. And I think what's happening,
I might have to try out Once Human.
Is that Diablo 4 Season 5 has come out. Players
that game sucked.
A little bit bored of the First Ascendant.
I did not like Diablo 4 at all. It was boring.
And they find that farming has become a bit pointless at this point.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm wrong or right about that. And they need something else to chase.
But hang on. I feel like the people that are complaining about having nothing left to do in the game, farming is pointless right now, I feel like those are the same people that probably don't have all the exotic weapons. They don't have all the ultimates. You know what I mean? There's probably a lot of stuff they could be farming for. They just got bored of farming and they don't want to do it. So they're like, oh, I have nothing left to do in the game.
Right here it says, we gamers need to band together and strike this game.
Ah, damn.
The First Ascendant.
What the fuck?
I remember back several years ago when Ubisoft dropped For Honor in such a bad, horrible state that all the community banded together and quit playing. I wish that would happen here. This game should have never released in such a crappy state of play. The fact that it did and people rushed to it and
what?
All kinds of money only further fuels such a crappy game.
What is he talking about?
To support such games, nothing will ever change. I have been gaming for 35 years now, and it is
it's an old fuck.
Titles releasing this way. Good luck, all. I refuse to continue to support this hot garbage of
Good. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody liked you anyway.
Here I come. All be last.
Oh, Diablos, of course.
Taking up server space now. Good luck.
Of course, fucking somebody that enjoys Diablo is gonna be hating on this game. God, dude. Diablo was so bad. I was gonna do a review on Diablo, but everybody had already bashed it into the ground, and I was like, this is pointless. My review would be one sentence, this game fucking blows. It's boring as shit. Fuck that game. This guy's on his nuts. Obviously, I don't know what he's talking about. This game should have never released in such a broken state. Compared to other launches, this game had very few bugs, very few crashes. I don't. Maybe it's because we've gotten used, because there's been so many games with so many bugs. Maybe when a game comes out that doesn't have quite that many, we're just kind of used to it. Oh, this game's actually not too bad. I mean, definitely could be a bad thing, but I don't feel like it had that rocky of a launch. If you say, take a game like Destiny 2. It's been out, Destiny's been out for 10 years. And still, every time there's a DLC launch or update launch or anything, the game is constantly crashing for the first 24 to 48 hours. Still, to this day. So if you, think about it like that, it's First Ascendant really didn't, I didn't have any major issues with it, even on like launch day, like the very first launch day. Like I don't know what he's talking about.
So if you are getting super unlucky with your drop rates, they're doing some sort of guaranteed drop update. So if you get to that point, you don't have to stress out. Something will, no matter what, drop for you. So that is good news that they're going to be doing that. But yeah, that's some really cool findings.
What
Right?
does that mean, though? What do they mean by guaranteed drops? Like, does that mean like if once you have every other thing from that amorphous pattern, then you're guaranteed to get the one thing you don't have? I don't understand. See, I hate when they gloss over shit like this in these videos, man. Like, go into detail. What are you talking? What does it mean, guaranteed drops? Or are we gonna get to pick what we want? But then that takes all the RNG out of the game. I hate when content creators just gloss over something that's important like that. Like,
things more fluid and less boring. Look at this, 726 hours. Impressive. Then it says, living the dream, retired, and can play video games all day. Any advice for players with 1/7 of the time played or underrated weapons ascendants that shouldn't be overlooked? Okay, let's get into it. So it says, sure, glad if I can help. Use your available time to do the core things. I know getting the ultimate bunny or Valby sounds exciting, but go for the main core.
I've been saying this since day one.
Lots of forest materials and other main materials. Get a descendant you are comfortable with.
Yep.
Get meta, play what you like, and stick with it until you have tons of stuff. And don't burn out yourself. Play the most enjoyable way for you. Dude,
And I have been preaching this since day one because I see so many people that are obsessed with farming different exotic weapons, different ultimate characters. And I'm like, dude, you're going to get burnt out because you're not feeling any sort of level of progression when it comes to getting stronger and beating the more difficult colossuses and things like that. I'm like, man, pick a descendant, find a descendant that you want to be your main, and max them out. Get 3 weapons that you want to be your 3 main weapons and max them out. So that way you're getting that feeling of progression, like, I'm getting stronger, now I can beat this Colossus, now I can beat that Colossus, and you feel rewarded for your grind. I found that the players that are usually complaining about having nothing to do, or that they're getting bored of the game, or they're tired of the farm, those are the players that have, like, they farmed out like 10 different descendants and none of them have a single upgrade done to them. Or they have every exotic weapon in the game and none of them are upgraded at all. You know what I mean? It's those kind of players that are complaining about things like that.